I'm Rob, and this is Allie. We're from Frederick, Maryland, just north of here.
Yep.
And are you here today at the Reason Rally?
Well, we're big proponents of separating church and state, and this is a place for people who've been in hiding for so long to finally come out, and it's great that it's happening. People shouldn't be ashamed of how they feel, and it's about time that everyone feels that way.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way. I feel like this is a big coming out party. I'm recently an atheist, and thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome to the Infidel, the news for those of us who have supposedly chosen hell over heaven, the news for the damned. A Texas Baptist minister defends Obama's stance on same-sex marriage. Pastor Frederick Haynes III recently gave a sermon critical of his fellow religious ministers for attacking President Obama's new position on same-sex marriage. The senior pastor at Friendship West Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas, has created quite a buzz with the Christian community by preaching that Barack Obama is the President of the United States and not the country's pastor. Pointing out that the President takes an oath to uphold, protect and defend the country's Constitution and not to the Bible, Pastor Haynes gave his congregation something to think about. He went on to add that the negative reaction to same-sex marriage from many of his fellow preachers is based on fear. His sermon has been posted on YouTube, and viewers can see and hear the megachurch pastor asking his fellow Christians, "Why are you so angry? Maybe we need to talk about what issues you may have, because evidently you've got some major issues, or there is an ignorance that is rooted in fear. Y'all not believing this, but I'm going to preach the gospel anyhow, because you do understand, my brothers and sisters, that the sad reality is we love and judge other folks' sins because it keeps it off us, as opposed to looking at us." Many in his congregation stood up and voiced their disapproval as the Reverend went on to say that, for the first time in the history of this nation, we have a president who has dared to use his position to make the democratic promise available for everybody, regardless of their race, their creed, their colour, or their sexual orientation. Reverend Haynes' sermon does reflect the data from recent polls indicating that African Americans support same-sex marriage at a greater level than the rest of the American population. The Amalekite lesson: kill everybody who doesn't believe in God, and their donkeys. In the book of 1 Samuel 15:3, God says to Saul, "Now go attack the Amalekites and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants, cattle and sheep, camels and donkeys." Many could claim that this story was used as an excuse for the numerous genocides that took place throughout the ages. And now it seems like this lesson will be taught to over 100,000 American schoolchildren. At least that's what the claim made by Catherine Stewart, journalist and author of the Good News Club. In a recent article published by The Guardian, she says this fall more than 100,000 American public school children ranging in age from 4 to 12 are scheduled to receive instruction in the lessons of Saul and the Amalekites in the comfort of their own public school classroom. The instruction, which features in the second week of a weekly Bible study course, will come from the Good News Club, an after-school program sponsored by a group called the Child Evangelism Fellowship. The aim of the CEF is to convert young children to a fundamentalist form of the Christian faith and recruit their peers to the club. Still, according to Stewart, the teaching materials show that people owe absolute obedience to God and that non-believers deserve punishment. Quoting the documents that will be used to teach the children in the upcoming school year, she says the Amalekites had heard about Israel's true and living God many years before, but they refused to believe in him. The Amalekites refused to believe in God, and God had promised punishment. I wonder where this leaves today's atheists. A Chicago club closes its doors to a Muslim group because of threatening calls. As soon as the news became public, people started making warning phone calls and sending emails advising the owner of the Chicago Rolling Meadows Club to cancel the Hizb ut-Tahrir conference or else face organized protests. As part of a controversial Islamic group, the American branch knows it is facing a difficult battle everywhere it goes. Although their organization officially rejects violence, it is banned in numerous countries where it advocates the overthrow of the local government. According to Hizb ut-Tahrir representatives, they strive to establish a theocratic government uniting all Muslim countries and bring about a strict enforcement of the Sharia. In an interview with a Chicago newspaper, a local spokesman declared that the message is for Muslim countries to return to Islamic values. Part of it is just having confidence in Islam as a way of life, and that's a majority of what our work is. The conference's theme was supposed to be revolution, liberation by revelation, Muslims marching towards victory, and about 1,000 participants were expected. As for the Meadows Club owner, Maiden Kulkarni told the Chicago Daily Herald that other events were scheduled on that day and the possibility of protests did not place him in the best of positions. In this kind of economy, he added, we can't afford any picketing.
Atheist Roundtable, a gathering place for rational people.
Funny pictures and videos. Profound atheist quotes.
The religious going crazy.
The latest news.
World domination.
Casual discussions.
Baby eating.
The ultimate forum for a lively dialogue. Come join the fun at atheistroundtable.com.